Namaste and welcome to SimpleSpiritualityPH. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Regine. I am an intuitive, manifesting-based tarot reader. I am a certified Reiki healer and an overall lightworker. And before we dive into today's video, I would like to invite everyone who would like to receive notifications of my new videos to please hit the subscribe button over there. If you like this video later on, please give it your thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions, you want to say hey, please do comment them down below. And if you would like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me, online for now, of course, here are the details. Alrighty, so let's get to the meat of the video. Now, before we begin anything, of course, I would like to tell everyone that every Tuesday on my Instagram channel at SimpleSpiritualityPH, we have free health Reiki. So if you or anyone you know would like to have Reiki done, just go to at SimpleSpiritualityPH on Instagram and then send in your photo or your complete birth date and name together. For you or anyone, excuse me, for you or anyone you know who would like to have Reiki done. And then on Wednesdays, the one question, one card reading we have is 50% off. So every Tuesday, free health Reiki. On Wednesdays, it's 50% off on our one question, one card reading. And if you would like to donate, you're not required to do so, but if you would like to donate, I do have a PayPal link down below, and that is the only avenue by which you can donate. Again, you're not required, but if you would like to donate, you would like to tip, you like my content, and you would like to tip, that is the only avenue, and it's linked down below. So thank you very much to those who have tipped me, and let's get to the video. So today's video is a requested video. It's about V. Now, we did do a reading about V in the past, and I will leave it linked up there or there, depending on the orientation of the video. But we're going to do a reading about V and his current situation, basically what's happening to him ever since he entered the military. The last reading that we did with V, he was still out in the wild. Like he wasn't in the military yet. So today we're going to do like an update on him, because again, energy changes. So the reading that we have today isn't factual, it is energetic reading. Okay, it's an energetic type of reading, meaning it could change tomorrow, it could change later, it could not change. All right, so it depends on V's energy basically, and we're going to do that using the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. I have an unboxing of this. I will leave it linked up somewhere there. All right, now let's get to the actual reading. So the card that came out for V is number 51. Let me switch. Number 51, be the bridge. It says, expand your consciousness to behold both worlds. Now, this is very interesting because ever since V entered the military, it seemed like his entire world suddenly expanded. So this is very telltale of where he is right now, like where his mindset is at, where his emotions are at, where his heart is at. His heart is, of course, still with BTS and the Wooga Squad, but it is also very much so in the realm of expansion. So what I mean by this is all of a sudden he has time for other people, meaning his new friends at the military, right? All of a sudden he is thrown into this world that is so different from what he's used to, because his life with BTS is mostly revolves around practices, mostly revolves around music, right? Mostly revolves around their own brotherhood as BTS, as the 7 members of BTS. But now all of a sudden there is this new world that he has thrown himself into. Nobody forced him to be in the special forces. He did that out of his own accord. Like, he decided to go with that. I apologize for my nails. They're not really dirt. It's not dirt, I promise you. But yeah. So most of the experiences now that he has it's all very new to him, basically. And it's like all of a sudden, wow, there's a world outside of BTS. Not that BTS is boring or anything, or monotonous or something like that, but for the longest time, BTS has been the only thing that has been consistent in his life. Like, he eats, sleeps, breathes BTS. I mean, they lived together for so long as a group. They've lived together more years than they have lived individually apart, right? And so this time for him, it's like it's a whole new world. It's a brotherhood, but outside the context of BTS as well. It's a brotherhood outside the context of work, because let's face it, it's still work. You know, being a K-pop idol is still, that's their main job. Basically, it's their day job, right? And so V is in amazement. That's what it feels like to him. That's what I'm reading from this card. He's in amazement. And this being the bridge actually refers to like him being relatable, you know? For a lot of us, as we admire BTS for their songs, for their talent, for the joy that they give us, right? We kind of can't relate to them on when they're on their K-pop idol mode, basically. So while they're performing, they are BTS, they are professional, and we can't relate to them. Let's face it, you know, not everyone is a K-pop idol, and we can't relate to what their life would be. The only things we can relate to are the videos that we see outside of the context of BTS, meaning like, how would I describe it? Meaning like, let's say, for example, in the soup, you know, that's how they are domestically, or like BTS Bon Voyage, right? They are traveling together, you know, it's not, they're not performing, basically. And so seeing V in this military context and having fun with his newfound brothers as well, his bigger military family, all of a sudden more people can relate to it. All of a sudden people start to see that, oh, even if V is in BTS, even though he's an idol, he's actually still very relatable. You know what I mean? Like, I can relate to him. Mostly, I guess, mostly men can relate to this because it's mostly men who are in the military, you know, who are in the Korean military. And so it's it's very much like all of a sudden the gap isn't there anymore. All of a sudden the gap between BTS and V being a person is suddenly gone. It's suddenly vanished. It's like, okay, V again, V is in BTS and he's in the military, and so it's very relatable. He's doing things that normal military personnel do, you know, or he's doing things that people who enlist in this branch of the military actually do. Like, there's no special treatment for him. There's no, like, it's more reachable. All of a sudden, he became more human. And that's really amazing. I mean, I think the reason why BTS is as popular as they are, one of the things that contribute to that is the fact that they are relatable in a lot of circumstances. Again, in Run BTS, again, in The Soup, you know, again, in Bon Voyage, right? But even more so now, V has bridged that gap. We see him attending, I don't know if you're following, but we saw him attend a game, right? And like, we saw him as a normal person. Like, even though he had bodyguards, we saw him as a normal person. Like, he was a person enjoying a game, enjoying a sport, and he was in his military outfit. We saw him with his new military brothers, his new company, right? Company as in the military. We saw him having photos, you know, and all of a sudden it's almost like, wow, V is also human and he's having the time of his life. He has the time of his life with his brothers in BTS, and now he's also having the time of his life in the military with his new brothers, which is so good for him. I'm glad that he's enjoying. Now, this is not without apprehension. I can tell from this card alone that he was very apprehensive in the beginning, precisely because he wasn't used to it, you know? Like, these are all new people, and he was fully aware that he was BTS. He is BTS, rather, he is part of BTS, and that he's being thrown into a situation where he's very famous and a lot of people know him, and he might be treated differently. So he did approach this with a lot of caution. But it seems like it's a world that fits him very much. You know, he made the good decision of enlisting himself in this branch of community service, in this branch of military service, because it feels like he feels and thinks and believes that it is a perfect fit for him. I think that he'll be doing great things in this company again, meaning the military company that he's in, the branch of the military that he's in, the community service that he's in, the branch of community service that he's in. And it does seem like it's going to influence him for a lot of areas of his life. It feels like, to be honest, it feels like a veil has been lifted off of him. It feels like he's now, it feels easier. The card makes me think that it the card makes me think honestly that a weight was lifted off of him. I don't know if, or rather, it's not that I don't know, but I'm not verifying if it is what I think it is, or, okay, I'll tell you what I think. Honestly, I feel that from this card and the veil thing, right? The veil thing that I'm saying, like the weight being lifted off, it feels like it feels like he's healing. And it might be from Jenny. Again, I'm not validating this. I'm not confirming this. I'm not confirming the fact that they were together or are together. I'm not validating it in any way, shape, or form. But what I'm saying is that that's what it feels like reading this card. It feels like he's coming from a dark place, and all of a sudden, this experience is actually healing him. This experience is actually returning the life back to him. We have to note that over the years, his MBTI used to be extroverted, right? And then he suddenly became an introvert, right? That's a big personality change. Going from extrovert to introvert is a big personality jump, I would say. I mean, that's just my opinion. And something significant must have happened in between those two jumps, right? And you can see it in his body language. You can see it, you can hear it in his voice. You can hear it in the music that he's put out over the past couple of years. You can hear it in the way he talks, in the way he speaks as well. All of a sudden, his soft spokenness became very prevalent. If you observe V from the past, like past videos of V and his videos now, just casually, casual videos, you will see the change. You'll notice that change. All of a sudden, he turned inward, and something must have happened for that to transition. That sort of transition, and it seems like it's that whole thing that he's healing from. Again, I'm not confirming, nor denying, nor validating the fact or the opinion or the thought that he and Jenny may have been together or are still together. We're not sure, and I'm not going to look that into the cards, guys. And anyway, the last time we checked, it was kind of a no, So so we don't know now, and again, I'm not validating that. I'm not checking that in the cards, but it does feel like something like that. It feels like how you would heal from a breakup of sorts. That's what it feels like. That's what I'm seeing in the cards. So yes, this is a beautiful place for V to be in. It feels like there are so many sparks of hope for him. He feels the hope, and I can still see that he's still bringing some of that introvertedness with him. He's still coming from the darkness, but at the same time, he's also allowing life to surprise him and life to really make things shine for him again. So little by little, I see that V is gaining momentum again. He's gaining momentum. The zest for his life is returning. I would not be surprised if in a couple of years he would be an extrovert again. If he were to take another MBTI test, I wouldn't be surprised if he's an extrovert again, because this is starting to happen. It feels like a healing of sorts for V, and I'm very, very happy for him. And I can't wait until their reunion, because I know that he's going to be refreshed, he's going to be renewed, he's going to have a new perspective on life and BTS in general, and on himself as a performer. I feel that he's on his way to the kind of progress that he's looking for in terms of empowering himself. So yeah, beautiful reading. I love this for V. I'm excited for him. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions, you want to say hey, please do comment them down below. If you would like to receive notifications of my new videos, please hit the subscribe button over there or there. And if you'd like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me online for now, of course, here are the details. And that's it. And remember, every Tuesday is free Health Reiki Tuesday. So if you or anyone you know would like to have Reiki done, just go to @SimpleSpiritualityPH and send in a photo or the birth date, complete birth date and birth name, like name and birth date of the person you would like to have Reiki sent to. It could be yourself or anyone you know. And everything is confidential. Nothing will go out. Okay, that's free Health Reiki every Tuesday on @SimpleSpiritualityPH. And every Wednesday, 50% off on one question, one card readings rather. And if you'd like to donate or give me a tip, the only avenue by which to do that is the link down below. That's the only way you can send in a tip or a donation. And thank you very much. And I will see you guys next time. Ciao for now.